Guys, my name is Marcy. What's occurring? People say that Jesus like just suffered on the cross and that. He suffered all the way through. And you know what the funny thing about it is? He suffered from the moment that he was in the body form. If you think about it, because he's a spirit, isn't he? And they don't have pain and things like that in heaven. When he came down here and he grew hungry. If he banged his toe, it would hurt. Some people haven't got a spiritual mind. They don't understand it from that level. But he suffered in that body, and he did that for us. It wasn't just that he suffered because people were being horrible to him, and he was persecuted from city to city and from town to town, and then he was beaten and put on the cross. He was suffering in that body because he's a spirit, and the body hurts, doesn't it? The spirit doesn't hurt like that. Now, I'm not turning around and saying he hasn't got feelings or it like that, but he was limited in that body, wasn't he? That he went into. When he was in heaven with his father, he wasn't suffering in that way. It's all peaceful and all that with where God is. You know, but when he came down and having to go hungry, um, you know, um, the body limits us, doesn't it, for what we can do? And Jesus did that for us. He went into body. So basically, he came down here and he made himself a human and lessened himself for us so that we could be saved. And he went through all that humiliation for us. We've got to love him, haven't we? We've got to love him. God bless you guys. Bye.